Okay, not all of us think about data the same way, and that's okay. Some of us are horizontal thinkers and some of us are vertical thinkers. And either way, we often need to manipulate those formats to be the other one to get the results we need. For example, Power BI and LookerStudio need your information in a very vertical presentation in order to digest the column headers, the data, where everything needs to go and line up. And I'm going to show you an example of this and how transpose can save the day and save you a lot of time. Trust me, doing it manually is no fun at all. So let's say I have a sales director who records their customer acquisition costs and open ratio in this format every month, this very horizontal format. So every month they come in and they say, okay, I got 9,000 leads, 990, or I spent $9,000. I got 999 leads. I opened 150 accounts, and this was my CAC and open ratio. Now, for this example, let's say I uploaded this into something like LookerStudio. It would turn out much like this, where our months are actually what we would think of as our vertical axis, our y-axis, and our categories are our horizontal axis. So this is not helpful to anybody. What we can do, though, is transpose this information to make it more helpful. Google Sheets and Excel kind of work through this. Like if I was to select just this, it would create the correct chart. But for the example, we're going to look at it as if we were putting into a different tool. So it doesn't map correctly. We're going to go over here to my transpose section. I already have my headers the way that I want them because I want them to be vertical, so columned headers. And I'm going to type transpose. I'm going to open my parentheses, and I could either type my tab name, which best practice is to do apostrophe, tab name, apostrophe, and then your exclamation point in your range. Or I could come and click in here. And the reason I said best practice is because when you click into a tab and select the range, which is great here, I'm going to select this B. I don't need these headers. So B1 through B6 and then over. See, it doesn't add the apostrophes around tracker because there's no space in my tab name. So I would, if I was manually typing this, I would type the apostrophes because I clicked it. It doesn't necessarily need them. If there was a space, it would add them automatically. But I can close my parentheses and hit enter, and my data is transposed. That was fast. So now I could come in here and compare my CAC and my open ratio with a chart and quickly be able to tell whoever I was working with, my sales director, for example, oh my gosh, whatever you were doing in November of 2022, don't do that again. Our cost per acquisition, cost per acquisition, our customer acquisition cost was way too high for a way too low open ratio. So the number of accounts that open per lead. Whereas I could also tell him, okay, this was actually a good month. May of 2022 was looking pretty good. Maybe revisit what you were doing there, how your salespeople were pitching, because our open ratio was much higher than our cost per acquisition. So that's easy. I can also do this the opposite direction if I ever needed it for some reason. So for example, I could add, let's say 10 rows here. I could do equals transpose and go back to my transpose sheet and update this. And now it's horizontal again. But the really cool part about this transpose is it's automated too. So now if I add more information next month, let's say I spent $10,000, I got 500 leads, wow, $100,000, that's too much. And I got 400 accounts, so crazy numbers. It automatically updates over here, and I can see whatever I did in March in my fantasy land really worked out. So I should definitely do that again. I think this is a super useful tool. I hope you do too. It definitely helps clean up your data when it comes to putting things in Looker and BI. So let me know if it helps.